Hi guys, I'm Laura, alcoholic addict. Um, a little bit of backstory on me is I had a completely normal, happy childhood. Single parent, so I mean we didn't have the top stuff, but we never wanted for anything. I joined the Marines when I was in 2002. I was in Afghanistan until 2006. So I had my first drink cross seas. Um, so figured normal 21-year-old, military justifying the drinks. I did that for a year. Then I sent out four of my friends that I grew up with that we served together and sent them out on a night patrol. And they got ambushed, and a grenade went into the camp, and I had kicked it out, saving the rest of the camp. They never took my leg off. But I found out I lost my four friends, and at the time I was still drinking, so I was just fighting with survivor's guilt. Um, and it's just like, sorry, it's hard because I lost those four friends to the date today in 2006. So it's a little kind of hard for me. So, anyways, with that little bit of backstory, I want to talk about temptation. And the reason I want to talk about temptation is because just today, with how emotional I'm already running, with the fact that I lost four of my friends in an ambush, on this day, I was offered a beer. And I'm not going to lie, I did seriously consider it because, you know, drinking helped me, forget, to put me at ease, not so nervous in front of 110 people right now. Um, but I just kind of declined the beer politely and, reached up to my, stone that I wear around my neck that I had got when I first started the sobriety to remind me that between me and my higher power, we can beat the temptation of the drink today. But yeah, it's just so there's a lot of things that can be tempting that I believe that with the hard work, with the higher power, and with the power of AA, that the temptation can be overcome if you choose to overcome it. But it's got to be something that you want. You're gonna have to want to turn away that temptation. You're gonna want to have to fight it. If you don't have the will to trust your higher power to fight the temptation, you're going to fall flat on your face. Because I did several times. Uh-huh. And I also I also hold on deep to my higher power, Jesus Christ, that He will not put anything in front of me that I cannot bear. So that through Him, that gives me the strength that anything is possible, including overcoming a drink, even when I'm nervous or anxious or having, survivor's guilt, I guess you could call it. Um, then last month, I was about to be homeless. My landlord, my mom's landlord, said we had too many people there and I had medical issues. And so I couldn't go to a homeless shelter. They were full, didn't know where I was going to live. And I prayed about it. And I was like, I'm not going to drink over this. I'm just going to pray about it and trust my higher power on this. Again, I wanted to drink. It was tempting, It wasn't, again, nerves, being anxious, some of my triggers that I used to calm with drink. And then I got a call from my brother who served also in the military kind of knew what I was going through. And he is letting me stay with him rent free. The only thing I gotta do is pay for my food. And then I started to think, I want to say it was about a month or two ago, that I was only half in the program because I never committed to any type of committee. You know, I would be half in, half out. So a month or two ago, I decided to jump all in, and I joined the ISCYPAA committee, and I am presently the co-chair of the security team. And it's been a stressful couple months with the holidays and me losing my friends and temptations there. Like I said, my brother drinks, my nephew drinks, so there is alcohol in the house, and it does get tempting. And I just reach up, grab my stone, knowing that, you know, Jesus is the rock that I stand on, and that to me, other ground is sinking sand. So I just hold firmly to my higher power, even if I have to, hold this stone all day long, and telling myself that between me, my higher power, there is nothing, no temptation that can overcome me today, as long as I stick to my program, my higher power, and just giving it up, trusting not myself, but picking up the phone, going to a meeting, just anything but using my own will, because my own will did not get me far. My own will would have said, take that drink. To me, my higher power, and this AA meeting, and all of you that just welcomed me here without knowing me, today, that is my strength. That is how I overcome my temptation to want to pick up that drink and go back out there. And I have a commitment now to a committee, so now that I'm committed to something that holds me accountable. And accountability helps you with temptation as well, because now it's not just you that you got to think about. I have the ISCYPAA team, I have a sponsee, that holds me accountable, and I don't want to let them down. I don't want to let me down. And mostly, I don't want to let my God down. I don't want to let my family down. I don't do any of this for any reason but for me. But even though I choose to do this for me, if I gave into that temptation, it doesn't just affect me, it affects everyone around me. It's a big game of dominoes. And I knock one over by picking up that first beer, and who knows how many fall down as soon as I do. I'm starting to get to see my kids now, or at least get pictures of them, because they're in so many dang activities that there's hardly time for them. But I finally get to see my kids now. I had to do an open adoption due to the fact that I was in the military when I had them. Still, actually, I'm in the reserves for the Marines actually right now. So I do a lot of PT with the new recruits. So yeah, I've been under some stress, health conditions not allowing me to work, almost being homeless, losing 4 friends. This is the anniversary of losing my 4 friends, and not being able to spend the holidays with my kids. It's been rough, and I still choose not to. I choose not to drink today. And that's all I got is today, and I choose not to. With the power, with the strength of me, my higher power, and this wonderful AA program, I know that today I can overcome that temptation for that drink. With that, I don't know if it was 10, 15 minutes, but that's really all I have to say. And the topic is like temptation.